You are now listening to the Vegan Stuff Podcast with Caavakushi.
In today's episode, our AI hosts, Sam and Kim, will be talking about the creative and frugal life of the YouTuber known as Cheap Lazy Vegan. If you simply can't get enough of us, go to caavakushi.com and sign up for our vegan newsletter. And we also have some good news. We will be releasing our first ever cookbook pretty soon, so stay tuned. Hey, don't forget to follow us on our socials too.
All right, let's dive into something really interesting today.
Yeah.
Cheap Lazy Vegan.
Okay.
This YouTube channel is all about showing us that plant-based eating, it doesn't have to be, super complicated or break the bank or even take up a ton of time.
It really does challenge a lot of those preconceived notions that people have about veganism.
Yeah.
Like, you have to have some, crazy pantry full of weird ingredients and spend hours and hours in the kitchen.
Yeah.
This is the opposite of that.
No.
It seems like from what I see here, a lot of these videos cover the ideas of convenience and keeping it cheap.
Yeah.
And how those things kind of tie into different cultures. And even how the host interacts with her audience is really fascinating.
Yeah, it really does give you a look into a whole lifestyle, not just, learning how to cook a couple dishes.
Right.
We're diving deep here.
Exactly, yeah. And there's just one video that caught my eye. It's called 10 LAZY and High Protein, Vegan Snack Ideas.
Okay, that sounds promising.
Yeah, so it looks like she's all about getting a good amount of protein without spending a ton of time in the kitchen.
Perfect. So what kind of lazy genius is she whipping up?
Well, one recipe that stood out to me was buffalo soy curls with celery. Super simple idea, but she adds her own little twist by using extra Frank's Red Hot sauce.
Oh, yeah. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good example of how a personal touch can
Right.
elevate a really simple dish.
For sure. What else is on this lazy snack menu?
There's one with chickpea and avocado mash on rice cakes.
Okay.
It's pretty healthy and filling. She combines chickpeas, which are high in protein, with avocado,
Yeah.
which has good fats. So
That's a good combo.
yeah, it's a snack that will definitely keep you going.
Yeah, I like that these are all pretty simple ingredients, things that most people would already have at home.
Yeah, definitely. And that kind of ties into the whole accessibility thing.
Exactly.
Making it easy for anyone to eat healthy.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's also a recipe for mini tofu bites.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Well, it's sort of like a frittata. She
Yeah.
uses blended tofu, sun-dried tomatoes, and frozen veggies.
Okay.
Bakes them all in these little baking cups.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, perfect for meal prepping too.
Yeah.
And sneaking in some extra veggies.
Exactly.
I'm noticing a theme here, pantry staples, easy techniques,
Yeah.
but big flavors.
Right. She seems to really want to make vegan cooking approachable and enjoyable,
Yeah, definitely.
especially for people who are just starting out.
And that actually goes really well with the other videos you sent about budgeting and meal prep.
Right. It seems like she wants to show people that being vegan doesn't have to be super expensive
Exactly, yeah.
or complicated.
Which is a really important message because there's this idea out there that veganism is only for rich people,
Totally.
or people with tons of time.
Yeah, exactly.
But let's switch gears a bit and talk about the Korean food.
One thing that really stands out is the focus on authentic flavors and ingredients.
Yeah, for sure.
Gochujang is mentioned a lot. It's a Korean chili paste.
And in one video, she even talks about buying this giant industrial-sized tub of it.
I love it. So where does she take us on this culinary journey?
Well, there's this great vlog called Epic Korean Food Tour, and it shows a bunch of different vegan options you can find in Korea.
Okay, like what?
There's soybean steak, acorn jelly salad, all sorts of things.
Soybean steak. Huh, I've never heard of that before.
Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting, right?
Yeah, it definitely seems like there's a lot more to Korean food than just kimchi and bibimbap.
Oh, for sure. And this vlog really challenges the idea that it's hard to be vegan in Korea.
Yeah.
She finds so many options, even within traditional Korean food.
That's awesome to hear. And I think it's great to see that veganism is becoming more popular all over the world.
Right?
And I also saw a video about temple food.
Oh, yeah. That one's called Eat Temple Food with Me. And it's all about mindful eating and traditional ingredients.
Okay.
It takes place in this really peaceful temple. And she tries all sorts of interesting dishes like perilla leaf wraps and even participates in a tea ceremony.
Wow. That sounds like a really immersive experience.
It really highlights the connection between food and ritual in Korean culture.
Yeah, for sure. That's fascinating. All right, so we've got peaceful temple food, but I have to admit, I'm also kind of drawn to those bolder, spicier flavors.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, there's a gochujang fried rice recipe from a video called Lazy Korean Recipes, and she describes it as a lazy girl's dream.
Okay, that definitely caught my attention.
It's a really clever way to combine those bold Korean flavors with something familiar like a stir fry.
Yeah.
So it's a good starting point for people who are maybe new to Korean food.
I love that she's making it accessible.
Yeah,
I know.
Exactly.
All right, so gochujang fried rice is going on the list for sure. But I also saw something about a vegan steak experiment.
Yeah, in that video, she tries to recreate a steak using seitan, which is this plant-based protein made from wheat gluten.
Mm-hmm.
And she's really honest about the challenges, you know, like getting the right texture and trying not to burn it.
I appreciate that kind of honesty. You know?
Yeah, me too.
It makes her seem really relatable.
It shows that like cooking, even for experienced vegans, can still be like a journey with a lot of trial and error.
Definitely. All right, so we've talked about snacks and Korean food. So what are some of the key takeaways you've noticed from those videos?
Well, one big theme is affordability. You know, she keeps saying that veganism doesn't have to break the bank.
Right.
Like in her budget-friendly vegan grocery guide video, she focuses on pantry staples like beans, lentils, tofu, frozen veggies, all things that are pretty inexpensive.
Makes sense. That challenges that stereotype that you need to buy all these fancy ingredients to be vegan.
Exactly. And she also has a video called $20 Meal Prep Challenge.
Wow.
Where she shows you how to plan a whole week of meals.
On a super tight budget.
Yeah, it's amazing how creative she gets with it, you know, using things like instant oatmeal and like discounted produce.
That's awesome. It really shows that anyone can eat healthy vegan food no matter their financial situation.
Right.
All right, so we've got affordability down, but you've also included this video called How Going Vegan Changed My Life.
Yeah, that one dives into like the personal side of things, you know.
Totally.
Beyond just the food choices.
Right, like how has this lifestyle impacted her overall well-being?
She talks about all sorts of positive changes like better sleep, more energy, even a new perspective on like food and animal welfare.
Wow, that's really powerful.
Yeah, it shows how veganism can really impact different areas of your life.
Absolutely. All right, so before we get too deep into those personal reflections, let's take a quick break and we'll come back to explore more of her journey and some exciting discoveries from her vegan travel vlogs.
Did you know we have a vegan search engine, a vegan forum, a vegan newsletter, and so much more coming soon? So why not check us out at Caavakushi.com.
Welcome back. So before the break, we were talking about how going vegan can change your life, like beyond just the food.
Yeah, it's really inspiring to see how she's embraced those changes.
Yeah.
You know, and made it into a whole lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
That's both compassionate and delicious. And speaking of delicious,
right?
We were talking about that tofu masterclass video earlier.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds like she's a real tofu pro.
Yeah, if you want to like really learn about tofu, that's the video to watch.
Okay, I'm all ears because I've definitely had my fair share of tofu fails.
Oh, yeah, we've all been there.
So what are her secrets?
Well, she really emphasizes the importance of pressing and freezing the tofu to get rid of that extra water so it's not so spongy.
Yeah.
And she also gives a lot of tips on marinating and seasoning.
Okay.
Because, let's be honest, plain tofu can be a little bland.
Totally. She's basically turning tofu into this culinary chameleon.
Right, exactly.
I bet she has some amazing ideas for how to use it.
No, yeah, tons of ideas. She uses it in everything from scrambles to stir fries to smoothies.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she shows how versatile it is.
I'm starting to see tofu in a whole new light. Yeah. But before we get too carried away with tofu transformations, you mentioned something about vegan travel vlogs earlier. It looks like she's been all over the place.
Yeah, she's a true global vegan. Her trips to Southeast Asia.
Okay, like where specifically?
Well, Singapore and Thailand, mostly.
Awesome. Let's start with Singapore. What kind of culinary delights did she find there?
Well, there's vegan sushi, of course.
Okay.
Which shows how some vegan dishes are like becoming popular worldwide.
Yeah, for sure.
But she also tries some really unique fusion dishes.
Like what?
Like a vegan hen chicken rice burger.
Hold on. Say that again?
Vegan henny chicken rice burger.
Okay, that sounds amazing. So it's like all the classic chicken rice flavors, but in a burger.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, that's so creative.
It's really cool to see how vegan chefs all over the world are adapting traditional dishes and making them vegan.
Right. And did she mention anything about chili crab?
Oh, yeah.
That's another Singaporean dish, I'm curious.
Right.
But I don't know how you would make that vegan.
Well, she found a way.
Really?
She tried a vegan chili crab burger.
No way.
And she said it was so sexy.
Uh-huh. Okay, I need details.
Well, apparently it's made with this crispy crab patty from konjac.
Konjac crab.
Yeah, and a homemade chili crab sauce.
Wow, that's a new one. But hey, I'm all for pushing the culinary boundaries.
Me too.
It sounds like she really enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah, she couldn't stop raving about it.
I love her enthusiasm. Okay, so Singapore was a hit. What about Thailand?
Thailand is like a vegan paradise.
Oh, God.
She went to night markets, temples, all sorts of places, and she found vegan food everywhere.
I can only imagine the smells and flavors. Okay. Did she have any favorites?
So many. She mentions mango, sticky, rice pad Thai.
Yeah, classics.
And curries, all sorts of things.
What about anything unusual?
Well, she tried something called tabi yoga.
Tabi yoga? What's that?
I'm not exactly sure, but it involves colorful flowers and butterfly PT.
Butterfly PT. Okay, now I need to see pictures. This all sounds incredible.
It really does.
And it sounds like she's really adventurous, willing to try new things.
Yeah, for sure. And she doesn't just describe the food. She brings you into the whole experience.
Yeah.
You can feel the energy of the night market.
Right.
Or the peacefulness of the temple.
That's what I love about travel vlogs. They transport you somewhere else.
Exactly.
And let you experience different cultures through food.
Right. It's like armchair travel for your taste buds.
Exactly. And it's so cool to see that she was able to have all these experiences while still being vegan.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that veganism is becoming more global. And there are passionate people all over the world making amazing plant-based food.
Absolutely. All right, so speaking of passionate people, I'm curious about how she first became vegan.
Right.
You mentioned a video called Why I Went Vegan, my vegan story.
Yeah, that one's really interesting. She talks about growing up in South Korea where veganism wasn't even a thing.
Wow.
And then how her perspective changed when she moved to Canada and learned more about animal rights.
That's fascinating. It shows how our experiences can really shape our views on food and animals.
Totally. So what was her turning point?
Yeah. What made her decide to go vegan?
Well, she says it was a philosophy course she took in university.
Really?
It really opened her eyes to the ethical arguments for veganism.
Wow. So it was like an intellectual awakening?
Yeah, exactly. She even mentions this term. She learned speciesism.
Okay.
Which is like challenging the way we think about our relationship with animals.
Interesting. It sounds like that course was a major turning point for her.
Yeah, she describes it as like a process of unlearning and relearning, questioning everything she thought she knew.
Right, embracing a new perspective.
Exactly, and that ultimately led her to veganism.
That's amazing. Her story really shows that growth and change can happen at any time, and sometimes it comes from the most unexpected places.
Yeah, for sure, but it's also important to remember that going vegan isn't always easy.
Right. Did she talk about any challenges she faced along the way?
Oh, yeah, she's super open about that, which I think makes her so relatable.
Totally.
She talks about the struggles of finding vegan options in the beginning.
Yeah.
And sometimes even doubting herself.
It's a reminder that change takes time.
Right.
And effort. And it's okay to make mistakes along the way.
It's about progress, not perfection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And her story really shows how powerful persistence can be, and educating yourself and being willing to change.
Definitely. So going back to those early days, when she was first learning about veganism.
Yeah.
What was it like for her to navigate that, especially in a culture where it wasn't really common?
Right, because I imagine that could be pretty isolating.
Yeah, she talks about feeling like an outsider sometimes, especially when she was eating out with friends and family.
Yeah.
She had to bring her own food to a lot of events.
I bet that was tough, especially in a culture where sharing food is such a big part of socializing.
Yeah, it was a big adjustment, but she used it as an opportunity to teach people about veganism.
That's a great way to look at it.
Yeah.
Turning those awkward moments into chances to connect with people.
Exactly. And over time, her friends and family became more open to trying vegan food.
Oh, that's great.
Some of them even started eating more plant-based meals themselves.
That's awesome. It really shows how one person can make a difference.
Right.
And inspire others to change.
Definitely. But beyond the social stuff, I imagine there were also some practical challenges.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Like finding vegan food in a culture where meat and dairy are everywhere.
Right? Did she talk about that?
Yeah, she said grocery shopping became like a treasure hunt. She had to really study the ingredient lists and look for hidden gems.
I bet you learned a lot about food in the process.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And she started cooking from scratch more often, which probably helped her become a better cook.
Yeah, those early challenges can really push you to be more creative and resourceful in the kitchen.
Totally. And now she's traveling the world finding amazing vegan food everywhere and inspiring others to do the same.
It's a true testament to her passion and perseverance.
Definitely. Oh, and speaking of adventures, remember we were talking about her trip to Thailand? Well, she tried durian.
Durian, the world's stinkiest fruit.
The one and only.
I'm kind of scared to hear this story, but also intrigued.
Yeah, it's a wild ride.
Okay, so tell me everything.
Well, she was definitely hesitant at first.
Yeah, bad.
But she went for it and described it as having this custardy texture.
Custardy?
Yeah, with hints of garlic and onion.
Garlic and onion, I would not have guessed that.
Right. It's a very unique fruit.
So did she actually like it?
It sounds like it was a mixed bag. Some bites were better than others.
Okay.
She even tried it wrapped in a banana leaf.
Really?
Which apparently made it taste better.
Ah.
But in the end, she said it wasn't bad.
Not bad for durian. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay. I'm glad she survived the durian challenge.
Me too.
So what other adventures did she have in Thailand?
Well, she tried a ton of different vegan dishes.
Like what?
Everything from traditional Thai food to some really innovative fusion stuff.
Okay.
She went to this one restaurant where the food was so beautiful, it was like eating in an art museum.
Wow.
And another place that served rainbow rice made with butterfly pea flowers.
Rainbow rice. Now, I really wish we had pictures for this deep dive.
Me too. It sounds amazing.
It does. And she seems to be all about exploring and trying new things.
Yeah, for sure. And she really captures the whole experience. You can feel the atmosphere of the places she visits.
Right. And the warmth of the people.
Exactly. And she did all of this while being vegan.
It sounds like a dream come true for any plant-based traveler.
It does.
Okay, so we've gone from lazy snacks to Korean feasts to the streets of Singapore and the temples of Thailand.
It's been quite a journey.
It has. What's your biggest takeaway from all these culinary explorations?
I think it's that food is such a powerful connector. You know, it brings people together from different cultures, and it makes you curious about the world.
I love that. And in this case, it also shows how veganism is flourishing all over the planet. It's a delicious and compassionate way to experience different cultures.
Absolutely.
So as we wrap up this second part of our deep dive, I'm really excited to see what other insights and inspiration await us.
Me too. Let's take a look at some of the more personal aspects of her journey.
Yeah.
You know, like how her views on veganism have evolved and the impact it's had on her life.
I can't wait. It's been a fascinating journey so far, and I'm eager to see where she takes us next.
Did you know we have a vegan search engine, a vegan forum, a vegan newsletter, and so much more coming soon? So why not check us out at Caavakushi.com.
So before the break, we were talking about her travels, Southeast Asia, and how she was finding amazing vegan food everywhere she went.
Yeah, it's really cool how she doesn't just focus on finding vegan versions of the local dishes,
right,
but also tries to have experiences that match her values.
Yeah, totally.
Like staying at that all vegan hotel in Chiang Mai.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to stay at a place like that, waking up to a breakfast buffet with all those plant-based options.
Right, exactly.
But you mentioned that we'd be getting into some of her more personal reflections in this part. So what kind of insights does she share about how her relationship with veganism has changed over time?
Well, in one of her vlogs, she talks about how being vegan has become more than just about the food.
Oh,
it's like a whole way of life for her now.
Yeah, I can relate to that. It's about making sure your actions line up with your beliefs,
Right.
Whether it's the food you eat, the clothes you wear, or even how you travel.
Exactly. And she says that veganism has helped her see how everything is connected, like how her choices affect not just her own well-being, but also the planet and the animals.
It's like her whole perspective has shifted.
Yeah, definitely. She's seeing the bigger picture now.
And has that led her to explore other aspects of sustainable living?
Oh, yeah, for sure. She talks about trying to reduce her waste.
Okay.
And supporting ethical brands and speaking out for animal rights.
It's like veganism opened up a whole new world for her.
Totally. It's been a catalyst for her to live more mindfully and compassionately.
That's really inspiring to see, how she's taken these values and made them a part of everything she does. It's not about being perfect. Right. It's about making conscious choices that you feel good about.
Exactly. And she reminds everyone that it's a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
You know, there's always more to learn and new ways to grow.
Right.
She encourages people to be curious, ask questions, and find their own paths to a more compassionate and sustainable life.
That's such a great message. It's not about following rules. It's about finding what works for you.
Right.
And making choices that feel good in your heart.
And she also says that change doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, that's true.
It's about taking small steps, celebrating your wins, and being kind to yourself.
It's so important to remember that, you know,
yeah.
Especially when the world is always telling us to be perfect and get everything instantly.
Right. It's about enjoying the journey.
Exactly. And you can really see that joy in everything she does, whether she's making a simple snack, or traveling to a new country,
right,
or fighting for animal rights.
It's contagious.
It really is. I think that's what makes her so inspiring. She's not judging anyone. She's just inviting people to come along with her.
Right.
You know, and explore and learn and grow together.
Yeah, it's about sharing her passion and encouraging people to find their own way.
And that's such a powerful message for people who are new to veganism or maybe feeling overwhelmed by it all.
Definitely.
You know, just start where you are with what you have and take it one step at a time.
That's great advice.
Well, this deep dive has been an incredible journey for me.
Yeah, me too.
We've learned about so much.
Right. From lazy vegan snacks to Korean food to personal transformation.
It's amazing what you can discover.
It really is. It's like there's this whole world of knowledge and experience out there just waiting to be shared.
Exactly. And that's what I love about these deep dives. Yeah. They challenge us to think differently and explore new things and connect with people who are on a similar path.
So as we wrap up this exploration of veganism, what are your biggest takeaways?
You know what really stands out to me is how food can be such a powerful force for good.
Yeah.
It can nourish our bodies and connect us to different cultures and inspire us to live more consciously.
Beautifully said. And who knows, maybe this deep dive will inspire you to try some new vegan recipes.
I know, I'm already feeling inspired. And to everyone listening, thank you so much for joining us on this journey.
We hope you enjoyed it.
And that it's made you curious about the world of veganism. Remember, it's all about exploration and discovery. So have fun and enjoy the ride.
Thanks for listening. We hope you liked this episode. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you could give us 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening to this podcast on. Also, we would be so appreciative if you could just share this episode or this podcast with all your friends and family who are vegans or vegan friendly. We're also really excited because we are going to be launching something really cool pretty soon on the site, so keep an eye out for that. And we will see you really soon with a new episode.